the weeks you spend preparing for it and the extra hours. But it's worth it. It's for a worthwhile cause. This mic's on, right? I caught the dickens. Rusty said, don't blow into it, blow over it. I'll ruin it for him. But the reason I did that is it coming out there. Can you tell I had liver and onions for dinner? Okay, I want to ask the same question I asked last night because something happened to me 2 years ago when we did the Minstrel show here. We were asked for a repeat performance at the Middleburg High School. And lo and behold, something that was dear to me, I went down there. And how many people seen the Minstrel show at Middleburg High School? Oh, that's good, at least 2 of you. No, there's more than that. Thank you. I lost a cufflink down there, the front of it. If any of you found it, I'd like if you'd return it to me. Okay? Okay, I want to tell you just a little bit about minstrel shows. They were back in the 1800s mostly. They got started. And in a minstrel show, you never know what's going to happen, what's going to take place. In fact, I had my eyes opened a couple times last night. I thought I knew everything that was going on. But they always throw something extra in on you that you don't anticipate or you don't look for. And I'm sure it'll happen today again. But this is what minstrel shows are. A lot of times you never know what's going to take place until the performance, and then you don't know really until it actually happens. And to do this, you should have actors. Well, we have no actors. We have characters. And I explained to the folks last night, we've had characters down through the ages in the Beavertown area, and we still have a lot of them, believe me. I live with them. Seriously, though, one gentleman I know specifically pulled several stunts, but to relate one of them to you, he lived in a double house, and of course, he got his cereal ready one morning, and it got a little foamy, and he couldn't understand this, so he went and knocked on the door next to his neighbor's door, and she came over and said, "What's the matter?" And he said, "I got my cereal to eat, but it's foamy. What's the matter with it?" She said, "Well, what did you think you were eating?" He said, "Well, I thought I was eating cornflakes." Well, she said, "You have the ivory flakes box on the table." Another young gentleman used to walk the streets of Beavertown, went to the service, and of course, as in the service, you know, you take basic training and you have to learn to walk tall and be spit and polish and salute your superior officers. And this little fellow was going down the post one day, and an officer passed him, and the officer stopped and he said, "Hey, soldier," he said, "don't you see any difference between your uniform and mine?" And this little fellow turned around with a lisp and he said, "Yes, sir, yours fits and mine don't." Okay, that should help loosen us all up a little bit. To get into this afternoon and to put on the performance for you in a minstrel show, you have what is called the interlocutor. That's me. Sometimes I really think it should be called the goat. That's me too. But you have endmen, and I'd like to introduce the endmen for you at this time. To my left and your right, Wild Bill. To your left and my right, Dennis the Menace. What's the matter? Shoes too big?
Oh, my feet's too small.
Something's wrong with your hat too, buddy. Good to see you, Dan. To my left and your right, Mr. Bones. Have a hearing impediment. Sometimes I'm afraid to talk. I don't know what they're going to do. To your left and my right, Mr. Elroy. We certainly hope this afternoon that you folks will enjoy the program. If we make you laugh, I'll tell you. What is it? Bengay for muscles and Bufferin for arthritis, or? I'm afraid you're going to be a lot warmer till this afternoon's over. Okay, if we make you laugh just once, I think we served our purpose. As I said last evening, later on in the show, and I'd like you to think about this throughout the afternoon, a smile is the lighting system of the face and the heating system of the heart. And if we can put a little light in your face and a little heat in your heart, then I think we served our purpose this afternoon. I say there, Mr. Menace, I see you're looking quite happy this afternoon. Is this fine group of nice-looking folks out here the reason for your happiness?
Yes, sure, it sure am.
That's good. That's very good.
Yes, sure, Mr. Interlocutor. I sure am happy. Why's as happy as the little firefly who accidentally backed into the lawnmower.
How's that?
Am delighted. No end. Say there, Mr. Interlocutor, I had a dream the other night. In fact, it were a nightmare.
A nightmare? What caused it?
Well, you was in it.
Tell me, what did you dream?
Well, I'll tell you. I dreamed it was the next day after the election. All the votes was counted, and there you was, walking straight into the White House, and...
So you dreamed I was elected president. Boy, I hope your dreams come true, for I think I would make a very good president.
Wait a minute. Just 1 minute, please.
Well?
Well, I said I dreamed it was the next day after the election and all the votes was counted, didn't I?
Yes.
And there you was, walking straight into the White House.
Yes, just go on.
You didn't let me finish. You was going in for the garbage.
At this time will be favored a selection from the course entitled "The Band Played On."